Thank you. Always there for me, boo. Does everybody know that Karen's the reason I'm at Keller Williams? God bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Well, we'll have to tell that story next time.
Next time.
All right, so let's go into the MLS. Go ahead and log in. For those of you that may be similar to me and have a difficult time with passwords, there's an awesome site. It's called Dashlane, DSHLANE. It is a password keeper. And it will literally save your life, except for today. Okay, so we can go over to search and you can go general search. So let's say we want to do detached single.
Cheryl, weren't you going to show her the report?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
Oh.
And what I want to do is I want to add remove fields.
Yeah, okay.
And I can go to list agent. Broker.
So, yeah.
Here we go. List broker ID or list broker name. So I can go ahead and add by name and we'll save changes. And let's see, I want to see what I've done. So I can go down here, first name Cheryl, last name McDonald. And I just want to see closed.
Sorry that I interrupted. I thought it was a separate report.
No. So I have one. So if I go back, did I have the months on here? Months back. Let's go back 12 months. Okay. So I have 4. So I'm going to go ahead and view the results. What? I don't understand. That's weird.
You can do me. But you may have to go back. I only had a couple last year, so you can go back. Yeah, let's do it, because that's what I'm going to do as soon as we get off our call. I thought this was a separate report, so you're manually pulling this up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nothing?
That's just internet slow.
Yeah, that's same here in Sugar Grove. Okay.
So then I can go over here and I can modify the columns if I wanted to. So I could add the date or anything like that. Okay.
Yeah. But where's the sales, the close list to sell ratio?
Oh, I have a program called Broker Metrics.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's what I'm looking for. So I don't have that program.
So
Broker
you have agent metrics.
Agent metrics. Okay. Where's that on the MLS?
So you will have to download it. So if you go back over to MRED and you go to products.
Okay, I'll find it.
I also believe it's in the drop down menu over here.
Yeah, you're right. I got it,
under tools and
Cheryl.
resources.
All right, thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
thought they dropped agent metrics from MRED a couple of years ago.
I don't know. It's right here.
Hmm.
No, it's still in there.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Learned something new today, Patty.
Yes.
Okay, now have a listing. Yay, right? And according to the Millionaire Real Estate Agent, that listing marketed correctly should bring us another piece of business. So let's talk about what that looks like. So if you can log into Command and still hear my voice, that would be fantastic.
Okay.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to want to do is I want to create a post, a social media post, right? That's going to talk about my new listing. So I'm going to go over to campaigns, which is the bullhorn icon, and we're going to go ahead and click that. I'm going to go over here to social posts. And do you remember from earlier this week, we've got these quick posts here. Right, so I can just do a quick post. We'll just do a quick review of that. I just grab that green arrow. Gives me all the text I need. Gives me the picture, all that. And I can publish this immediately. And it's going to go to that Facebook page. Well, it is moving slow today.
Every time there's moisture,
Oh, really?
in my vast experience of the IT that I've learned since I've been at Keller Williams.
That's pretty cool. All right, so let's say I go up to this one, and I'm going to schedule it for tomorrow. Schedule post. It's going to go out tomorrow, 10 a.m. Okay. So make sure that you have something going out every day. And it's a 3-to-1 ratio. For every business thing, for every 3 business things, there should be something personal. Okay. All right. So let's go to social posts. We're going to go up here to create a new campaign. We're going to do social post. I'm going to preview and crop that image, and it's going to be automatic. Feel like I need some theme music. Da, 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 da. I heard that Aaron Rodgers is going to be hosting Jeopardy.
That's an odd thing.
Yeah, it is. All right, so when we get into command, one of the things we want to talk about is managing our frustration. Right? Because this could be frustrating. Would you agree? Is technology here to stay?
Yes.
Okay. So we manage our frustration. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to close that out. Right? And I'm going to go and I'm going to say, gosh, you know, what do I want to say? I don't know, but I want to advertise my listing, and I'm not quite sure what to do. I know. Let's go over to designs. That's right here. And I'm going to design a social post. So I'm going to go down here. There's this nice turquoise circle with the white plus sign in it. We're going to go ahead and grab that. We're going to do social. We're going to hit next.
Cheryl, that's exactly how I've been doing it for the last week and a half. I go
Awesome.
on there, I just pivot because there's some gold in this system.
There is. And here's the thing, you can't break it. So I'm going to go down to the listings and I'm going to click just listed. Oh, wow. Look at all of these options. And oh, man. So all I really have to do is pick one that I like. And maybe I want it to be wide. Yeah, I like these better. So I might take a quick look. I like this one. Let's use this one. So now how do I make this my own without copying and pasting pictures? We go right down here to KWLS. You search for a listing, and I can go search by listing agent. And I use Brian Anderson stuff all the time, so we're just going to grab one of his. And there's no result. So I know. Okay, that's crazy. All right, so let's go by address.
Yeah, sometimes we have to switch how we're searching, even though we know they have a listing.
Yeah, I'm going to say, when does Amy Kite not have a listing?
Right.
So I have to know the address, right? So I'm just going to pick that number. And so I've got all of these right in here, right? So I'm going to select this one. And it's got all the pictures here. And I'm going to add that image. Oh, that's a terrible image. Well, we're going to use it anyway. Well, no, we're not going to because I don't like it. We'll use this one instead. It's so much better.
If you click on that back picture first, can't you just replace it or no?
Yep, you're right, Julie. So if I click on the back picture and I go over here, whoops, I'm going to get the circle, the arrows, and it's going to replace image. Okay, so it just replaced that image. Thanks, Julie.
Yeah, some of the templates don't allow that, so I wasn't sure if this
Yeah.
one was one of those.
So now I need to go up here and change the doing business as. So I'm going to make sure that mine replicates that exactly. So it's not in here, the one I want. So I'm going to go over here to my images and I'm going to go to add. Oh, it's not there. Darn it. So now I go over here to drag and drop, and I go search for that. And I wanted the all white one. So we're going to go ahead and upload that right there. I'm going to click on that image. I'm going to go down here, and again, we're going to replace that image. I don't find that this often, oh, there we go. And it didn't work for me. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to size that so it's about the same size. And we're going to get rid of this one and drop ours right up there. Okay. Now we're going back up here to the typewriter, right? We're going to drop in that street address. I don't remember what it was, so we're just going to, okay. We're going to save changes. Each office is independently owned and operated. Well, I don't like how that looks, so I want it to be all on one line. Okay. Now I can go up here and I'm going to do just listed, and I'm going to change the name to the address of the property. Okay. And because I was over here and I'd set up use autosave, even while I'm in the middle of my work, it will save it. Okay. Now I'm going to go over here. I'm going to click done. Yes, I want to save. When in doubt, save. Now I can go back over to campaigns. I can go to social post, create a new campaign, social post. Now I can go over here and I can choose from designs, and I can go over here and browse design library. And I just click that design that I just made. Now it's always going to pop out to square. You can go up to this drop down menu, and I always think the safest one to do is free. And then it fits the whole thing. And we're going to go ahead and crop that image. And right over here is what my ad is going to look like. Right? So what would I like to say? So what might be some great language? What's going to propel me to want to click on this, right? And again, what's in it for me? What's in it for the person that's going to read it? Why would they click on this? It sure isn't the picture, right? But the picture's got to be compelling. So I might say, imagine yourself sitting on, what do they call them in Florida? Lanais? Well, we're just going to call it patio. Right? And then again, this is what my ad's going to look like. Now, the question becomes, do I put a call to action on here? What do you guys think?
Yes.
Okay. It doesn't have to be complicated, right? And then I'd schedule that post to go right out. Then I would also schedule it to go out again in 2 or 3 days. So you can go and you can grab the same post and schedule it many times. Now I want to plant the seed in your brain that nobody's going to remember that this was the exact post that you posted 2 days ago. No one is paying that much attention to you for them to remember. Okay. So again, this is brand awareness. It's letting people know that I am, not only am I in the real estate business, but I am doing business. Now, let's say that I didn't have any listings. So in my case, when I do paid ads and everything, I go to my coaching clients and I say, hey, I see that you just listed a property. Would you mind if I created a Facebook post around it? I have never known anyone to say no.
Me either.
You must have read my mind, Karen, because I was just going to ask you, how about you? Have you ever heard anybody say no?
Why wouldn't they want more exposure for no cost?
So, but the thing that we want to be careful of is that we're asking for permission. Okay. Now, and anywhere in this ad, did I say that I listed this property? No, because it's not about me. It's what's in it for them. We want to, there's a really good book out there. It's a little dated. It's been around for a while. It will drastically change how you view, how you interact with your clientele. It's called The Experience Economy. And the example I use from this book is years and years and years ago, women made birthday cakes from scratch and we celebrated birthdays. Then we would go to the store and we would buy a mix. We would still make it at home, but all the ingredients were prepackaged for us. Fast forward a little bit more. Now we go to the store and we buy the cake. We don't have to make it anymore. We just buy it. Now we go and we have experiences. We go to roller rinks for our kids' birthdays. We go to Chuck E. Well, pre-pandemic, Chuck E. Cheese, or we would go to McDonald's, right? Parents would pay for experiences for their children's birthdays and include other people in that process. Okay. So whenever you're doing anything around a listing, make it so that it becomes an experience. There's an agent that does an amazing job of walking you through the house and making an experience. I don't know that I've ever found anybody that does her descriptions in the MLS better. But it's not about the bricks and mortar, right? It's about creating the experience.
What's her name?
Karen Marpazan.
Oh. Yeah, she does a good job.
Yeah. And so what we're looking for are experiences. I can see what's in the house by the pictures, right? Like, I don't need you to describe the house for me. Did I anywhere in here say that there were how many beds and how many bathrooms there were?
No.
What is the experience that you can have by living in this home? It's almost like, so I've moved 23 times in my life. And so the concept, the thought of moving is not one that makes me nervous. And yet my grandson said to me a couple years ago, he says, Grandma, you can never sell that house because the house has become synonymous for something for him. Yet I can recreate that same experience for him someplace else, but it's tied to this house. So how do we tie the house to the people's experiences? Right? Are you guys following me on that? Does all of this make sense?
Yeah, I've never looked at it that way before.
So there's a bold law that I love that says logic makes us think, emotion makes us act. Okay. Logic makes us think, emotion makes us act. The same brain firing that has you reach for the candy bar in the checkout lane at the grocery store is the exact same neurotransmitter that fires when you walk into a house that you will buy. Think of every time that you've moved, that you've walked into a house and you said, this is it. I just showed my son and my daughter-in-law several houses, and they were like, okay, we could live here. And we walked into one and we weren't in a minute. And my daughter-in-law turned and looked at me and she said, I want this house. That was an emotional decision. There was nothing logical about it. All she'd done is walk in the door and into the kitchen. Okay. All right, you guys with me? So that's the first thing we want to do on our list is let's do a social. Yes.
If you were doing this on behalf of another agent, you wouldn't have to contact me for a cup of coffee.
Sure, I would.
Or you wouldn't put their
No.
info?
Mm-mm. I would put mine. Because they're the listing agent. I'm looking to bring a buyer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to take credit that or imply that this is my listing. I just want you to imagine yourself sitting there in the mornings having a cup of coffee. Right? Like, I already want to move. Right? Karen, Julie, anything that you guys want to add to the social post?
No, I'm half listening. I'm working on some other stuff. Sorry.
Oh, no worries. I just don't want to ignore you. I want
No, thank you.
to roll you into the process.
Appreciate
Yep,
it.
you did well.
Okay, great. All right. So now we've done our social post and we've set up posts, scheduled posts for in the future so that we don't have to think about it. Okay. I'm going to go back to designs. Okay. And this time I want to create a property brochure. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to do print. I'm going down here to the turquoise circle again. And I'm going to do print. Now I can import photos and text from a listing. Now I don't have one, so I'm not sure how that's going to work. So it's going to allow me to search a property address. So let's just well, we'll pick this one this time. Okay, so we've got the just listeds here. So I'm going to go down to listings and I can do a neighborhood snapshot. So let's say I want to do a door hanger. The content on both of these is identical. It's just the design that's different. Okay. So I'm going to pick this one. Or not. Okay. So the first thing I want to do is I want to brand this to me. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to highlight that. And we're going to go over here and replace that photo. And oh, there I am. Whoop, there it is. I'm going to go up here, highlight the agent name. I'm going to click that typewriter and we're going to go ahead and change that name. And we're going to save, because what happens if we don't save?
It
Typewriter.
goes up with the wrong name.
Right. So let's go ahead and put the website down here. going to save those changes. Oh, I don't like how that looks, so we're going to make it a little longer. I'm going to bring it down a little bit so it's underneath my name. I'm going to go ahead and replace the logo. Okay, so now I have this market snapshot here, right? So what does this mean? So I'm going to go back over to KWLS. I'm going to go to snapshot. And we're going to search by the neighborhood name or the postcard. So I'm going to, we'll just do my street only because I don't, so here we've got Tinley Park and I know I'm in the Memorial neighborhood. So it's going to generate those snaps for me. Okay. So this really, oh, here we go. I'm just not being patient enough today. I guess I'm the person at the elevator that keeps pushing the button, hoping it will, hoping it will come. So we're going to go ahead and replace that image identically, right? And then you can go in and change this text any way you want to, right? Then I can go up here. And we're going to call it 6230 because that's what the house I just listed. And we're going to click done and we're going to save. I can open up this template again. And you probably could have done this before, so you don't have to go over here. So if you go over here and you grab the download, you can download it as a JPEG. So I'm going to start that download. Now, if I wanted to, I could go post that on LinkedIn. I can print it out. I can post it on Facebook if I wanted to. I could have created it as a social post. Now I can do anything with this I want. Okay. Guys with me?
You could, are you saying you can post a flyer in its entirety on LinkedIn?
Yeah, here, I'll show you. Have you guys gone in and followed Keller Williams on all your social platforms?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, so I'm going to go up here. I'm going to start a post. I'm going to grab that image. There you go. Then I can say whatever I want. I can go hashtag Keller Williams Infinity. I can go hashtag Tinley Park. I can go hashtag Memorial. Hashtag. You can go down here and just add hashtags. Okay. And I get a lot of traction on LinkedIn. So one of the things I do is you go over to your network or notifications actually. And you can wish people happy birthday. I can say congratulations. I can give kudos to somebody. Paul's been doing a great job, so I'm just going to say great job, Paul. Right? And I'm just going to post that for Paul.
Do you ever have your admin do your social media posting or answering, or do you do it all yourself?
Nope, she does it. She does most of it. I do some of it myself. Like if I find something that I spend some time just surfing and coming across stuff that I really like, and then I, what we call curate that information. So the stuff I post on the E2P coaching page, that's typically stuff I've like all the congratulations and all that kind of stuff. Stacy does all that. The curated content is typically coming right from me.
Okay.
And then what I will do a lot of times is I'll find a half a dozen articles or things that I really like my Napoleon Hill stuff. That's scheduled out a week or 10 days in advance because every day I get a Napoleon Hill thought of the day. And when I come across one that I really like, I grab it and I stick it in there and I schedule it to go out. Okay. So that there's some kind of activity all the time. Right. Because I don't want people to forget who I am and the value that I bring to their lives, and that I want to tie their success back to the fact that we're in a partnership together. Right. Because anybody can tell you how to sell real estate, but not everybody's going to tell you how to do it like I do. Right. So I want to be providing value to you even when we're not face to face. Okay. Questions, comments, anything?
Goes back to consistency.
It does. So if I want to do something about my mobile app, I want to advertise a listing, I want to host an open house, if I want to do a door hanger, let's see if we can do door hangers this time. Okay, we're going to go to KWLS. We're going to pick something. I'm not doing that Riverwalk one again.
Hey, Cheryl.
Hey, Renee.
I've really consciously picked up my Facebook activity over the last 3 to 4 weeks.
Uh-huh.
And I've got 2 listing appointments this week. And I would gather they're 99% from my Facebook activity because neither one of them were in my network, but they were both following me on my personal Facebook.
Awesome.
So I don't see that being coincidence.
No.
So there's a question here though. A lot of people on my personal aren't necessarily on my professional. So other than going to their house and clicking the button myself for them, have you any creative strategies in luring them over from personal to professional pages? Because I know we're trying to really, streamline our real estate communications on our professional pages. Or if there is no creative way of getting them to come to my professional page, how much can I do on my personal page? Because that's really where I'm getting my business from, Cheryl.
So that's a great question. And there's several schools of thought. One is every time you post something on your professional page, you share it to your personal page.
But it's not getting the exposure that it would. And I don't know if that's a Facebook algorithm, but it kind of like, I feel like if I share it from my professional to my personal, it just kind of sits there like, huh?
Well, the other thing is you can invite them to like your business page.
Yeah.
My personal page morphed into my business page. So.
And that's kind of with the direction I was going. And now I'm trying to keep it separate.
I wouldn't. Because we do
No.
business with people that we like and we trust.
Okay, that's interesting.
You just cannot be political.
Well, I'm not.
You can't do anything. So
That's interesting. And I've saw some KW agents do that over the years. And I'm all about that because that's where my gold is in my personal.
well, I got tired of posting in two places.
Right.
And
But this is the deal. Can you pay? So on command system, when you place the Facebook ad, you can actually pay to target your database.
Mhm.
But can you still do that if you're using your face? Yeah, that wouldn't matter. You're right. It's just about the name. It's not about who they're following.
Right.
Okay. I just answered my own question.
Very good. That's what coaching's all about. I really
I
don't
love
do
you.
anything.
Thank you.
I just ask enough questions back that you figure it out.
That works for me. That's how I learned. Thank you, Cheryl.
So
A lot of
again,
times
I can go in
just
here.
saying it.
I'm sorry, Patty, go ahead.
A lot of times it's just saying the question out loud, I find, because in my head, I've never come up with the answer. And as soon as it comes out of my mouth, I tell the other person, never mind. I just heard what I said and I know the answer to that.
Yeah. I will say to my coach a lot of times, don't say anything. Just let me talk.
Yeah.
So this
Thank you.
may be an oversimplified question, but we still need a business and personal Facebook page, or do we just keep everything on our personal?
Well, I think that I want to bring Karen in on this conversation because she deals with probably a lot more agents than I do when it comes to this kind of stuff. And Karen uses a lot of social media. Karen, what are you finding out there?
Well, so, and I think Julie will concur too. So, your personal Facebook is where your good twin shows up, right? And so only good content, nothing negative, nothing political, nothing religious, nothing that's going to harm or offend, right? And then your business page is where all your branding is. So I would start on my business page and share it to my personal, right?
Mhm.
The more sources, the more places you get your info and your branding and your message out, the more people are going to know what you're up to. And that's super important, right? You can never over communicate.
No, you cannot.
Do. So
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think you're always going to have both.
I agree.
And I think the way Karen put it was absolutely spot on. In fact, Boo, I'm going to steal that if you don't mind.
Please do.
Good. Yeah. Have your good twin show up on your personal page and create your brand awareness on your business page. Okay. Everybody good with that? Tina, does that make sense?
Absolutely. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Okay. So we've got the door knocker thing. Now here's the really cool part. There's a backside to it. Don't ever do a door hanger or a flyer without using the back. That is blank real estate. Put a market snapshot on there. Put a QR code for your mobile app. always make sure that you're using the back. Okay. So these, I'm going to go to Amazon and I'm going to buy the door hanger bags. And they are not terribly expensive.
So Cheryl, how do you print those door hangers?
Well, you could print them at the office. You could go to,
You just buy the blank door hangers and
yep. So just like this right here, get
Oh,
1,000 bags for $26.
okay, okay.
And that's 2 up on 8.5 by 11. So that would fit a door hanger.
Mhm.
So what I might do is take this design, save it as a JPEG. And then I'm going to go over here and I just might put it on Word or something, right? So I can put them side by side, and or you can use our marketing concierge service. If you don't want to do it, leverage as much of that as you can. Okay, so whatever I can think of that I want to brand and set out is right here in templates. Look, here's a lead generation one. Let's say I want to do home values. I want to set out a client testimonial. You got business cards, letterheads, email signatures, social branding. Okay. Here's your listing presentation. Buyer presentation. You should also get to know as much as you can about Keller Mortgage. And I think the website's kellermortgage.com. So there's a KW agent login up here. And they have refer a client, reports that you can run, scripts, and here's marketing material. Here's social media stuff. Let's say you want to do a paid ad for something here. So there's all kinds of opportunities for you to post things on social media, print things, create door knockers, whatever it is, right? This becomes a paid social media post. Right? Becomes a post on LinkedIn. It becomes a campaign to my sphere of influence. Again, what's in it for me? I'm going to help you save thousands of dollars. Okay.
Ooh, I have to bounce.
Okay, babe. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate you.
Keep up the great work, all.
Okay. Okay. Are you getting enough information that you know that there isn't, that you can let people know what's going on? And the thing is, it does not have to be complicated. So let's say I want to go in right now. I'm going to do a holiday greeting. And I want to do social wide. And I'm going to grab this one. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to change that. I'm going to drag that up right there. Might add a little text box in there. Just going to do a text box. We're going to add that. I'm going to click on that. We're going to go each, whoops. Oh, I got to go up here to the typewriter. Hello. I'm going to grab that. I'm going to pull it right down there. Make it a little smaller. I am going to save this. So again, I can download it as a JPEG if I want to do something else with it. Let's say that I want to make this my cover photo on Facebook. So now I'm going to click done. I'm going to go ahead and save that. All right, I'm going to go back to campaigns. I'm going to go to social post. I'm going to create a new campaign. Social post. I'm going to browse my design library. I'm going to grab that. We're going to go free. We're going to crop. Oh, look, it put the logo there on the bottom. So now I'd have to go back and figure out, do I need to take that one off? Probably. So we'll save it as a draft.
It did that on the one that you did, the white KW Infinity.
Oh, did it?
It did that. Yeah.
Well, here's an interesting thing then. Maybe in the social designs. So I go over.
Sharon,
Yeah.
since you're adding up the logos, do we have to add even the realtor logo along with it, or or we can just forego it?
You can.
Is
I
it
mean,
a
it doesn't
must,
hurt.
mandatory?
It doesn't hurt.
Okay, so it's not a mandatory one.
No. So I'm going to
Okay,
go over here.
thank
I'm going to delete this logo. Okay, we're going to save this again. I'm going to go back to campaigns. We're going to go social post. Create a new campaign, social post. I'm going to browse that design library again. We're going to grab this one. We're going to go free. We're going to crop that image. All right, so DBA logo position. Include my ownership statement. I want it on the right-hand side. Oh, now it's in there twice. I wonder why it didn't fix. So do not, it appears, you do not have to add the logo, that it will do it for you. Okay. then I would schedule this to go out. I want to schedule the post. So I'm going to go schedule. The 18th is Martin Luther King Day. I'm going to have it go out at 10 o'clock. Okay. Then I'm just going to put schedule post. Right. You should all be doing that today. Now, let's say I wanted to go over to Facebook. I'm going to go over to me. Let's say I want to edit my cover photo. So I'm going to go ahead and upload my photo. I'm going to pick that Martin Luther King one. My mouse is doing weird crap too. Right? So then I can go ahead and save those changes. And that can be my banner on Monday. Okay.
So Cheryl, this is your business.
Well, this is my personal one. If I wanted to do it on my business page, I could do that too. So I could go over here.
So then you have to log into your business Facebook account, right?
Well, I am. I'm there right now. So when you're in Facebook and you go home, you just go down to your shortcuts.
Mm.
And then you just go up there and you edit. Okay. And I try to change mine out like once a week or so. Okay. So any questions about setting up the design for any materials that you need? Okay.
When you were talking about printing the door hangers, you said you can print them at the office. Can you, is it right? You can also print them like at
Yeah,
Staples or Office
yeah.
Depot or.
Yeah, I think we have an account with Office Max, don't we? Or Office Depot. You can check with Tanya on that. And they'll do it on a little bit nicer of paper. Not too much. I wouldn't spend a bunch of money on it. Okay, so let's say I'm going to go over here and we're going to go over to Remind, which is the globe. Okay. And I want to do what's called reverse prospecting or circle prospecting around my new listing. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to type in the address of my listing, and we'll do my house just because it's simpler. And I'm going to go over to the icon that says show on map. Okay. So what I typically tell people is that you should do 25 homes on either side and 50 across the street. So this just defaulted to 90 results. And I'm okay with that. So I'm going to hit select all. Now I'm going to put them in a list. These are all my neighbors now. Okay. I can click up here and I can add these to my cart. And I will create a cart name. I want to add those 90 properties to the cart.
Circle prospecting can be door knocking, calling, direct mail. It's
Yep, can be
various
anything.
ways, right?
Yep. So now I can go back to my cart. And here's my list. I can click up here and I can export this list. I can also send mailers and I can do print mailing labels. All right, so let's just say I'm going to export this list. Okay, it's going to notify me when the list is ready to download. And let's say that I have decided that I'm going to make this my farm. Right? Because this is the neighborhood that I want to work in. Well, I'm going to add all these people to command. And I'm going to create a custom tag and I'm going to call it Tinley Park Farm. And I'm going to touch these people once a month. Sometimes it might be an email. Sometimes it might be a mail piece. Sometimes it might be a door knock. Sometimes it might be a pop by. Maybe I'm going to do a food drive, or I'm going to collect school supplies, or I'm collecting winter coats. Whatever that looks like, so long as I am in touch with these people once a month. Now, if your budget doesn't allow you to mail to 90 homes a month, then pick the number of homes that you can. I have some coaching clients that start out with 10. And then as their income grows and their budget expands, they just add more homes. I have a coaching client right now that every single time a house goes up for sale, under contract, or closes in her neighborhood, she writes handwritten notes to the 10 closest neighbors. Okay, that's reverse prospecting or circle prospecting, is picking an area and working out. Guys with me? All right, so my list is now ready. So I can go up here and download that list. We're going to save it. I'm going to open that up. So the first thing I'm going to do when I get this list is I'm going to take a look at the categories I don't need, right? So some of these are apartment buildings. Now here's the beautiful thing. This first column are all of these columns combined. So I'm just going to go delete those. Now here are the mailing addresses, because oftentimes you will see, like if we go down here, this house on Ridgeland, the actual owners live in Dallas, Texas. So do I want to communicate with the owner, or do I want to communicate with the people that live in the house, or both? Because if this is a renter, can I turn them into a buyer? Does the seller want to get rid of the property? Okay. So all of these are the same. Right? It tells me over here, do I really need its estimated value? Probably not. Do I want to know if it's owner occupied, absentee, corporate? That might help some. But do I really need to know the beds, baths, the year that it was built, the cell score? Nah, not really. Not for what I'm doing. So here's all my owner information. And here's some email addresses, and here are some phone numbers. Now again, these three columns right here are all contained in this column. So I can get rid of these three columns if I want to. Okay. Then here's the second owner's name. Again, these three columns contained right here. So I can go ahead and delete those. See if there's any secondary email addresses in there. There's not.
Could you have, before you ran it, just chosen the columns you wanted?
Yes. You can. That would be too easy.
When it says corporate ownership, what does that mean?
That means that it's owned by a corporation. So if my corporation, MCD squared, went out and purchased property and the deed was in the corporation, it would be corporate owned.
Oh, okay. Exactly what it says.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that maybe was like bank owned or something like.
Nope. That would be an REO. Okay, does that make sense? So let's go back and do this Patty's way.
No, that's not necessary.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay. All right.
Can I ask a tangential question?
Uh-huh.
Is there, are there strategies to work with or to seek out absentee owners?
I suppose there's some kind of campaign out there for that. I mean, now would probably be a good time for a lot of those people to sell because although the CARES Act ends January 31st.
What's the matter down there? What's Daddy want?
Okay.
Mhm.
So your homework this week is to go in and create a campaign around your property. So I want you to create a property brochure. I want you to do a neighborhood snapshot, do a new listing postcard, create an invitation for an open house. Okay.
For our own homes.
Yeah. And then if you would like to do an actual social media post, I would reach out to someone in the market center and ask them if you can use their listing to create a Facebook ad. Or if you don't want to do your own home, pick something in the MLS so you can use the pictures. And we're working on calling our B's and E's and texting our S's. And then on Tuesday, we're going to talk about the contract to close checklists. So that's where we're going to bring Billy and Callie back. So everyone should have created a contact for Billy Harmony.
Hey, Cheryl,
Hey, Renee.
can you do me a humongous favor?
Sure.
Can you run me one of those agent metrics reports out of your broker? Because it is looking like they want me to sign up for this service. I think Patty was right. The link is on there, but they want me to sign up and I don't want to sign up on it. I don't want to know about other agents other than myself.
Okay, sure. Hold on just 1 second. Let me stop the share. Let me.
Appointment today, so I'll wait.
Okay. Okay, so it's E2P coaching and training.
Right.
Listing and buyer packets. Yep, it was it's had 4 views already. So it's in the playlist, Basecamp, January 2021.
Got it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
And I will go ahead and I will just grab the URL. I'll copy it and I'll email it to everybody.
Except Jeremy.
Except Jeremy. Yeah, I don't like him.
Right. Yeah. Forget about that guy.
Yeah, he's kind of a pain.
Yeah,
Needy.
very much so.
I'll email it to you, Jeremy.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Somebody's going to hook me up.
All right.
Hey, Cheryl, I have a question. I think you mentioned something like a Zillow agent.
What do you mean?
Do you remember that? It seems like we should sign up as for the Zillow.
So yeah, you want to go in and create profiles in Zillow and Realtor.com.
Oh, I didn't know you were sending an email. I'm sorry. Am I on mute? I got
No, you're not on mute.
No, you're on. And we want to know what Dad wanted downstairs.
Okay. If you did not get this email, I need you to contact me. Okay. To spend time with me. And I'll get I'll get this loaded to to the YouTube page in a couple hours, and I'll get your follow-up email to you before I end today. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Bye.
Appreciate it.